G'day viewers, how are you? I hope the week has treated you well. Made it to the end of another week. And look, if there's one thing I could impart to you at this crucial juncture, as in I've had God knows how many drinks before recording this, I just want you to understand the undying truth that Corey Bernardi's a total cunt. Now, anyone who watches this channel regularly will have known that I do, on the regular, talk about what a worthless fucking piece of shit Corey Bernardi is. And it's because I disagree with him on virtually everything. He got elected to the Senate as part of the major Conservative Party in Australia, the capital L Liberals. Do I have to explain again to people in America why the Conservative Party is called the Liberals? Because I've done it a few times and I think you potentially have Google at your disposal, so I'm just going to let it go, apart from saying Liberals in Australia, Conservatives. So, but he, after getting elected to the Senate by being part of that party, just went, I'm not in that party anymore. I'm going to start the independent party called the Australian Conservatives, because weird fucking rules in Australian Parliament. You can fucking do that. You can be in the Parliament or the Senate solely because you were in a political party. Then you can say, I'm not in that party anymore, and you don't have to give up your seat in the lower house or the upper house, which I think is fucking stupid. If you are no longer the person under the umbrella that you're elected on, I don't think you deserve to keep your seat. That's just me. I'm kind of crazy like that. But anyway, Corey Bernardi is a piece of shit. And I've said that many times. And it isn't simply because I disagree with him on virtually every political and social stance. It's because he's a lying fucking hypocrite. And I've said this so many times, I'm willing to disagree with people, but when someone's a fucking hypocrite, no, fucking close the book, not dealing with that piece of shit, they're beneath contempt. And this week, Corey Bernardi's been getting his knickers in a knot because a comedy show on the ABC called someone in his Conservative Party a cunt. Now, okay, 2 points. First, the person called a cunt was undeniably a cunt. Second, it was a fucking joke. Third, Bernardi is on record as saying, oh no, the Racial Vilification Act should be changed because racism's just free speech. Racists should be allowed to be as racist as possible because if they're not, you're infringing free speech. Oh, and religious people should be able to vilify the gays because if they're not allowed to lie and spread hatred about the gays, you're limiting their freedom of speech. But call some cunt in his cunt political party a cunt and he loses his shit and goes, everyone should lose their job. That's not right. Corey Bernardi is such a fucking cunt. He's just like cunt nugget, blister fuck, shit-eating, dog-raping pig fucker. Okay? He's the worst fucking person on the planet. And just as a side note, Frank owes me $20 now. Frank, tell people in the comments why you owe me $20. But Corey Bernardi is despicable. He just, in and of himself, is a despicable, hateful human. But his hypocrisy is absolutely disgusting. And I see this all the time. Every person I ever see on the right who talks about freedom of speech is guilty of being a filthy fucking hypocrite. When they say freedom of speech, what they invariably mean is I should be able to be the worst fucking person on the planet. I should be able to vilify minority groups. I should be able to encourage hatred of minority groups with no repercussions whatsoever. But if anyone ever says anything I disagree with, they should be punished. And that's pretty much fucking universal. Like this week, I've had people saying like, oh, what do you think about this guy? I've even forgotten what he's called. Like, he's fuckhead McHitler dog. I don't know. You know, there's a guy who calls himself a comedian who put a video on YouTube where he says he's taught his dog to do a Hitler salute when he says gas the Jews or whatever. Now, he is actually being convicted of a crime in the UK of, and I forget exactly what it is, but it's about being, you know, sort of anti-Semitic, whatever. Now, okay, 2 points. First, I think his conviction is stupid as fuck. Because the video's not even that extreme. I mean, seriously, if this guy is going to be convicted of a crime for a lame attempt at what he calls a joke, when, quite honestly, based on all available evidence, he is fucking anti-Semitic, and he thinks it's okay to make Holocaust jokes and kill the Jews jokes. But if you're going to convict him of a crime, there are literally hundreds of people who should be on fucking death row for the race and religious hate they preach. So I do think his prosecution is fucking stupid. But I also think he's a piece of shit. I'm not going to champion him. And that's what the thing. I refuse to be a hypocrite. Because people say, you must be opposed to free speech. And I will make 2 points. And the first one will be simply that from the stupid shit you're saying, yes, I am opposed to free speech. Second, when these people talk about free speech, it's absolutely fucking meaningless. Because it really comes down to, I should be able to say anything and never have to take responsibility for it. Now, even in countries that don't have any sort of free speech statutes in their laws or constitution, like, and the one that people are always calling to is the US with the First Amendment. The Congress won't infringe freedom of speech. What that means is, according to the US Constitution, Congress should not pass a law that limits someone's freedom of speech. You shouldn't be able to be prosecuted for things you say. But there are limits to that. You can't defame someone. You can't incite people to violence. There are always limits, and the people who just spout free speech usually have just no grasp of reality at all. And like this same guy with the fucking Hitler dog who goes, oh, I'm a martyr for free speech. He's been preaching that fucking Antifa should be prescribed as a terrorist group. Anyone who is a member of Antifa or sympathises with them should be jailed. Fuck you. You don't believe in free speech, you fucking cunt. You just believe in you should be able to do whatever obnoxious shit you want and never pay any price for it. But anyone you disagree with should be shut the fuck down. So, fuck you. Because I am at least honest. I think there are limits to any concept of free speech. When you are actively inviting violence and hatred of groups, when you are actively lying and defaming groups, you can't get away with that. Yes, and I will come back to Hitler Dog Guy. His prosecution is dumb as fuck, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to champion him. He's fucking garbage. He's hanging out with Tommy Robinson. I don't know if he hung out with cunts like that all along, or if he's just decided to these days, but I think that tells me all I need to know about him. He's a piece of shit. I'm not going to fucking champion him. I'm going to be really open about what I think is important. Being a vaguely fucking decent human is important. So his dumb video, there's no way he should have been prosecuted under criminal statute for it. Sure, if a website wants to say, oh, we want nothing to do with you, we're not hosting your shit, you're banned off our platform, that's completely legitimate. Charging him with a crime is fucking stupid. But also championing him as some paragon of free speech, he's a cunt. He's a liar. He's a hypocrite. He's spineless. He's a piece of fucking shit. I'm not going to champion him. I mean, yeah, just as an objective thing, he shouldn't have been prosecuted. But he's no paragon of free speech. He's a fucking prick. And when you read about the case and the way he's launched his defense, he's a fucking liar and a hypocrite. And I have no time for that shit. So, yeah, at least when I had someone recently sort of say to me, when they were talking to me about what I do, and I go, I make videos and I talk about news of the day and politics and whatnot. Oh, so you try to present shit objectively? And I went, fuck no. Fuck no. I don't do stuff objectively. I tell you what I think is important. I tell you what I think is right and wrong. And I'll round out now by saying pretty much anyone who does something who says they're being objective is one of two things: a fucking liar, or they're pandering to people. And particularly when I look at YouTube and I see people going, I'm not going to tell you which political party I support because I'm being objective. No, you're fucking pandering to cunts to get views. And the one thing I will never do is pander. When I think someone's a worthless piece of shit, I am going to say so, and I don't want them as viewers. I don't want them watching my videos. I don't want their support. I will not get support at any cost. When someone's garbage, I'm going to say they're garbage. And, you know, free speech is a fucking fallacy anyway, so I'm not going to ascribe to, oh yes, people should be able to say anything, anytime. In one way, I kind of agree with that, but it's just always touted by people who don't actually live it. Virtually every single person I've ever gone to go, free speech is the most important person ever, comes down really heavy on anyone they disagree with. They try to get people lose their jobs, banned from public life, banned from various social media platforms. They're fucking liars. Pretty much anyone I've ever seen who said, I'm all about free speech, is a fucking lying hypocrite and the worst sort of scum on the planet, and fuck them all.